If you want to excel at playing by ear, and you've gotten started internalizing the sound of the perfect fourths in the major scale, you'll want to find ways to practice so that you can really get better quickly. Now, some ways to practice work, and some ways to practice don't work so well. And many people present intervals in an isolated way that leaves you on your own to put them to use. I've seen people advocating for playing random notes on your instrument, closing your eyes and guessing what note you're playing. Now, I don't know about you, but I never got very far with that one because I always had a pretty good sense of what note I was playing, even with my eyes closed. Now, ear practice needs to come at you in a musical way. In last week's video, I presented you with a method for internalizing the perfect fourth in all its incarnations within the major scale. You also got 7 practices you can do right away to improve your perception of fourths within musical situations. In today's video, you get 3 different practices you can do right now, they're in the video, with your eyes closed, to get you even more fluent with these intervals and how they work and fit into real music. First, you'll practice hearing, memorizing, and understanding short melodies. Second, you'll do the same with bass lines. Finally, you'll identify different fourths within a scale. Imagine hearing a song and quickly and intuitively being able to memorize, sing, and play it on your instrument. It's like having a curtain pulled back on a world you once found mysterious and unattainable. That's the way it was for me as I gradually improved my ear from not very good at all to pretty darn good. Check the description below for a downloadable guide to all we cover today. I'm Hans at tuneindigo.com. Let's get started. The first practice is a simple echo practice. You'll hear short phrases, each played 4 times. Your goal is to first hum or sing the melody on a neutral syllable like lu. As you do this, identify the solfege and make an effort to sing along with the melody in solfege. The answer comes the 4th time the melody plays when you'll hear me sing it in solfege. Make an effort to sing the solfege with me when I reveal the answer. The melodies are all variations stemming from Here Comes the Bride, and they hint at other melodies that share the same or that share some of that musical DNA. Note that the only skips are the fourths and between notes in the tonic triad, so mostly these are step melodies. Now, if that material is new to you, allow yourself to soak it in without an expectation that you'll nail each one. This is a gradual process, and you might need to back up. Check out this video to get a sense for your starting point. The second practice works the same way, but now you're going to focus on the bass. Now, listening to the bass is an important prerequisite for hearing chords. And in this one, you'll hear some chords, and you might be able to identify them. They are all principal harmonies, which means it's the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. And if naming chords is easy for you, go for it. If it is a new skill, focus just on the bass, because if you can hear the bass and identify the bass notes, you are a long way on your journey to identifying chords. Listen, sing in a neutral syllable, then in solfege. Aim for singing in solfege on the 4th time when I reveal the answer. In the third and final practice, you'll hear 3 note melodies. Each consists of a note and then a 4th up or down and then back to the starting note. Here, you are going to figure out which 4th in the scale it is. Is it from so to do or re to la? And so on. It works the same way as the others, so you got the idea on that. You might find these especially challenging because music flows in time without pausing. And as creative musicians, we need to understand what we hear in real time without stopping the flow of music. That enables us to have authentic conversations with fellow improvisers and with our own imagination while we're creating something. Not only that, but this music presents other instrumental elements other than the notes you are listening for. So this is not just abstract ear training. And this has 2 purposes. One, This music emulates real music, with all the parts flowing along. You get to focus through the different elements to put your attention on your targets and your target elements. 2, the accompaniments create the sense of a key, of a tonality. And this is an important part of playing by ear because notes don't just exist unconnected. They exist within a field of tonality, with do being sort of like the sun. And each note relative to that has its own quality. Now, if you don't ace it the first time, just give it a rest for a little while. Try some practices from last week's video and come back another day after resting your ears and giving your mind time to absorb the stuff into your long-term memory. So now we begin the first one. Remember to listen for the melody, listen through the other elements, and make an effort to sing in solfege by the time you get the answer. Here you go. Do, 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 re. So, do, ti, do, mi. So, do, fa, fa, mi. So, do, mi, so, fa, mi. So, do, fa, mi, re, do. So, do, fa, mi, re, mi. So, do, fa, mi, re, sol. Do, so, do, re, ti, do. Do, so, do, re, re, do. Do, so, do, re, mi, fa, mi. Do, fa, mi, do, so, so, do. Do, fa, mi, do, so. Do, fa, mi, do, so. Do, re, mi, fa, mi, do, so. Do, so, do, fa. So, do, fa, do. So, do, fa, do. So, do. Now for the second practice, where you hear short phrases and you're going to focus your ear on the bass. Notice that there are chords happening. Focus on the bass and solve that solfege by the time I give you the answer. Here you go. Do, fa, sol. sol. So, do. Do, do, so, do. Do, fa, do, so, do. Do, fa, do, so, do. Do, fa, sol. Do, do, so, do. Do, do, so, do. Do, fa, do. Here comes the third practice where you're going to hear three notes, a starting note, and then a leap of a fourth in up or down direction, and then a return to the starting note. You may find that if you can identify that starting note, you're going to be a long way to figuring out the other note. So don't let both notes distract you. Go straight for that first and third note and make an effort to get the second note, the in-between note, on your way. Here you go. Do, so, do. La, mi, la. So, do, so. Fa, do, fa. Ti, mi, ti. So, do, so. Fa, do, fa. La, mi, la. Re, la, re. Do, so, do. And we end there. I hope you found this really helpful. If you have questions or comments or other topics that you'd like me to cover within the range of musical imagination and ear training, please leave them below. And remember to pick up your PDF guide with info reinforcing these practices so you can play by ear and create your own music more easily. Click the link in the description to find that. Thanks for listening.